sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for Najee Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. What a glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now a first down carry for Harris. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Play action. It's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's work done. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
In every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable. Nice decision-making and took care of the football.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Mixon with a 1st down carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Mixon with a 1st down and more. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double it.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. Slant pass to Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. third down. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now on 2nd and 13, Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will knot us up at 10. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll drop to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll set up a throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now Burrow on first down. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 7. And a Bengal first.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. For a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Into the secondary past the 40. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And his throw here is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mixon. They juked him. And down to the 36-yard line here.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
Touchdown! Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for and they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Steelers 10. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Steelers send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man Johnson, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Here's Johnson with a reception. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Just like that. Switch.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. Johnson's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On second down, it's Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.